Hi guys, it's Lucinda here, coming to you once more and again with another video. So we have not discussed Kanye West on my platform, and so I think it's time that we do. Um, so he's been doing interviews. There's been some controversy. There's been a lot of controversy about Kanye's interviews and rants for the last couple of years. But these are a couple of the recent ones, and there are some statements that he made we need to talk about. All right, let's listen up, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna wrap this up.
You're homophobic, and so I empathize with the position of the straight white male. And part of the reason why I empathize with that position is because I know that I'm headed to that position. And what position that is top power position.
Excuse Marla, she's playing with a toy. You're headed to this position because of the revenue, because of your sales, because of the money that you've earned. Okay, and but yet you sympathize. Yet you sympathize. I sympathize with this young lady's family, and I sympathize with this young lady's community, and I sympathize with the other young ladies who were with her who lost their lives. This young lady escaped over the weekend. She was in a suburb of Kansas City, and police ignored the warnings that a killer was targeting black women until one of them escaped. I want you to listen to a little bit of this. This is who I sympathize with.
And raping her repeatedly. The woman fled and knocked on a neighbor's door for help after the man left the house to take his son to school.
About 7:30 a.m., I faintly heard a young female saying, "Help me."
Lisa Johnson was the first person to encounter the woman and to help rescue her. She told the Excelsior Citizen the woman was nearly naked as she pleaded for help.
It was actually like an S&M dress. It was plastic, black plastic, very short. It wasn't shorts, it was a dress. That's all she had on, and the duct tape around her neck and the collar. And it was restricted. It was a metal collar. It looked like a shot collar, a homemade one at that. I seen her wrists were pretty messed up and her ankles. Asked what she needed. It was obvious. I didn't really have to ask at that point. I just started looking. The first thing I did was tell her I was calling the police. That kind of agitated her. She told her that if I called the police, that he would kill both of us if he found out. She said he already killed her two friends that she was with.
That's who I sympathize with.
This is like, I could literally say anti-Semitic and they can't drop me. I could say anti-Semitic things and Adidas can't drop me.
Why would Adidas do anything to you at all about you making a statement like that? Do you not know the history of Adidas? Well, let's go ahead and fix that right now. Adidas is currently the second largest sportswear company in the world, behind only Nike. Once a more modest operation started as a factory founded by brothers Adolf and Randolph Dassler in 1924. They did break apart, and one of the brothers founded was it Zoom Puma. So still awesome. And it says Okay, then you know there's some more reading that you need to do, but it says both 80, which is for Adidas, 80, Adi, and Rudy were members of the Nazi Party during World War II. Production of the Dazzler brothers, and it was Dazzler shoes at one time, athletic shoes, was discontinued so that their factory could be used instead to build an anti-tank weapon called the Tank Tower, a rocket launcher capable of blowing Allied tanks into smithereens. How about that? So, how many of you gonna be going to rush put those Adidas under the Christmas tree? mm-hmm. I will admit, I was ignorant to the fact also, and digging, I was like, oh my, you know. Now listen, I'm not accusing them of anything now, but this is what I'm saying. We have to be conscious of what we say and know the history of things and know how to keep things on and keep things equal and fair across the board. When we know the history and we know how hard it was being oppressed as black people, and then to oppress another race, it just doesn't make sense, and it's a dangerous game. Excluding is to me just as bad. When you want to be like, well, I'm about to be one of them. What does that mean? I don't understand it, and it doesn't make sense to us. You know what I'm saying? So give me your comments in the comment section. Also, I did see where in California over the weekend, there were some people, not exactly sure of the exact location. I want to say it was near Los Angeles. But there was an interstate or highway, and they have the ramp that goes over it, and there were some protesters there, and on one of their banners they said it said, and it read that Kanye was right about the Jews. See, this is where it becomes dangerous, because look at the violence. Now, I'm not saying that because you've made these statements, Kanye, that these things have happened, because that can never be proven. But what I'm saying is, when you make a statement like that and people who have hate in their hearts hear that just fuels the fire, because they're waiting for an opportunity to pounce. And as a father of a black male and females, I don't know how many children you have with Kim K, but your children are considered black. They're going to get stopped by the police. They may, and your children are internationally traveled. So they could be in Switzerland, and people may not recognize them as being a Kardashian or a West, Kardashian West. You understand? Because for a while, we couldn't even identify you as a West. Some of us still having problems identifying you, if you know what I mean. I just want to know, where's the Madias of the world? Because when we were coming up, Madia would get us straight whenever something crazy like this came out of our mouth. And we would have to go to encyclopedias and research these things. Now, we have become a little more ignorant because of fashion and things like that. I will admit I have not done my due diligence on things as well. But when I find them, I just feel guilty when I don't stand up for my people. And I want to stand up for all, but I definitely owe my people time to address our community issues. I have said this so many times, guys. I come from experience of being a black baby, a black girl, and a black woman. That's all I know. Violence against African American women and our health issues, our health disparities, these things must be addressed. We take a lot of time to sit in chats and debate about, whose side we're on. But it's all irrelevant at the end of the day if we're not protected. We see how we're treated even here on YouTube, and we're doing it to one another. And then to see how the world sees us when one of ours is missing, when one of ours is in trouble, and our community speaks out and says, hey, this is being said, this is being done, okay? Because people say things on social media, they say things in stores, they report things, but we're not being heard. You clearly heard them say at the beginning of this broadcast that the black community had been, in fact, reporting to the police. And you can look up the story about, you just put in St. Louis weekend black woman, and the story will come up. The community definitely told the police, okay, because they had suspicions, and a lot more about the story is going to be coming out. Also, that police force is under federal investigation. So our power is mighty when we stick together. Our economic power is even stronger. I'm not telling you, and I'm not gonna, and also I know that Kanye is really big on this stop and cancel culture, because see, when people do things, they don't want to be accountable. They don't want to be held accountable about saying things. And Kanye is one who definitely doesn't want to be held accountable or counseled, especially when he's posing with these white All Lives Matter shirts. Listen, I feel like all humans' lives matter. That's not the point, but I know for a fact that for years black lives have not mattered, and that's the reason why I support Black Lives Matter. I definitely support black female lives. Put your comments down in the comment section, honey. I have talked enough. Kanye has given me a headache. I will talk to you later. Goodbye.